Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be here.
26 days.
I am thrilled to be here today because we have a lot of work to do. You know, polls look good right now. Things are encouraging. But we know that in the last 4 days that the Democrats are desperately trying to hold on to power, they will resort to anything to try to hold on to that power. And so we must be the guardians at the gate. We must be the guardians at the gate for our democracy. We must be the guardians at the gate for our principles. And when our party has been at its best, when we have been leading America and the world, those principles have been simple. There have been 4 of them. Smaller government, less spending, less regulation, and lower taxes. That's what we stand for as a party. So I thank Governor Pawlenty for his introduction and thank him for the leadership he's provided in Minnesota. Governor Barbour has helped him to lead all across the country what will be a Republican sweep of governorships, and we wanted to start early in the evening in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania with Tom Corbett. You'll excuse Tom Corbett and I if we're a little excited. We're excited about the idea that you'll have 2 Republican former prosecutors on either side of the Delaware River to clean this mess up once and for all. And you see what we're doing in New Jersey, and you see leadership matters. Who you vote for matters. The cynics in our society say, oh, they're all the same. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Look at Washington, D.C. for the last 20 months, and you know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. Look at Harrisburg for the last 8 years, and you know that's wrong. And all of us understand that we have dug ourselves an enormous hole. Hole that's been dug by too much spending, too much taxing, and too much borrowing, and it is time to stop digging and start climbing out of this hole. And it won't be easy. You know it won't be easy. But my parents taught me, and I'm sure yours taught you, that nothing worthwhile was ever easy. And now this is not for us. Because as I look out at this audience, for the most part, we've all lived a little bit of life already. And we know that the state of Pennsylvania, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the state of New Jersey, our country, has provided us already with a great life. The question is, what life are we going to provide? What opportunity is going to be available for our children? I got one of mine here. And I want Sarah to have the same opportunities that I had. I was born in the city of Newark to 2 parents, a father who was working during the day in the Breyers ice cream plant and then going to Rutgers at night to put himself through college. A mom who was working as a receptionist and worked her whole life and never had the chance to go to college. And I remember as the oldest son going to the University of Delaware, not far from here, and my mother coming to visit me for the first time, and she walked on to the most beautiful part of campus. And she took a deep breath and she put her arm around me and she said, I always thought this is what college would look like. That's the dream that my mom had for me, to have a son who she could send to college to have a better life. And I know now that she's looking down from heaven saying, wow, what a great country this is, what a great state New Jersey is, that now my son has the chance to be the governor in the state where he was born and raised. That's what my parents worked so hard for and fought for, was for me to have not something given to me, but for me to have the opportunity, if I wanted to work hard enough, to be everything I could be, That's the same thing I want for my daughter and the same thing I want for your children, and Tom Corbett will help provide it. Now, you know, when we start looking at the election returns on Tuesday night, we're going to be looking at Lancaster, because you've got to lead the way. You've got to lead the way for a Republican victory on Tuesday night. You have to be, as you so often have been, the foot soldiers for what's going to need to happen on Tuesday night. And I know how hard Tom Corbett has worked in this race, and so do you. I know he's a man of great integrity and honor, and so do you. I know that he is tough enough to tackle the problems that face Pennsylvania right now, and so do you. So all that's left now, ladies and gentlemen, is not for Tom to do anything other than be who he is and always has been. What's left is for us, you and I, to close the deal for Tom Corbett in the last 4 days. Are you ready to do it?
Yeah.
So there's a brighter day coming. There's a brighter day coming for Pennsylvania. There's a day when the state will once again be growing good private sector jobs for our citizens. A day once again when you can be proud of what's happening in Harrisburg. A day once again when you can point to a leader in your state who you can say to your children, he is an example for what hard work and honesty and integrity can bring for you in a commonwealth and in a country where what's rewarded is how hard you work, your own ingenuity, and your own integrity. That's the state we want back again. That's the country we want back again. And I am telling you, I have never been more confident of anything than I am that with Tom Corbett as the governor of Pennsylvania, that day will come again for Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, the next governor of Pennsylvania, Tom Corbett.